You know, they say it's all downhill after the first kiss.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 worst movie kisses ever.
I love you. And I'm about to boldly go where many men have gone before.
For this list, we'll be looking at big screen lip locks that failed for one reason or another, be it bad technique, awkward timing, inappropriate motivation, or all three? Which of these sucky smooches stands out to you? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Beverly and Howard. Howard the Duck.
Are you ready for an incredible story? Wasted man! Wasted!
Howard the Duck is a multiple Razzie-nominated box office disappointment about an anthropomorphic duck who travels to Earth from another planet. Upon his arrival, he meets Beverly and saves her from a couple bad guys. The two become close, and this leads to a flirtatious evening at Beverly's apartment, and eventually a little peck on the beak.
Just one good night kiss, sweet ducky. Come on, Howard, I was just kidding. Good night.
The kiss itself is pretty simple and sweet, but let's not forget that Howard is a duck. The moment itself isn't helped by the bad acting and cheesy dialogue either.
My God. This relationship, it defies all the laws of nature.
No, it doesn't. This is not what you think. We're just very good friends.
Number 19, Pat and Tiffany, Silver Linings Playbook. Silver Linings Playbook is considered one of the best films of 2012.
Dad, did the Eagles win? The Eagles won 44-6. They won 44-6.
We'll take a 10-minute break. Why are they so excited about a fire?
It was a critical and commercial hit and well-deserving of the praise. As you may remember, the romantic dramedy culminates with, as most romance films do, a kiss. It starts when Bradley Cooper's character chases down Jennifer Lawrence to profess his feelings.
I was trying to be romantic.
You love me?
Yeah, I do.
From an audience's point of view, it's a pretty good kiss. The actors seem engaged and the chemistry is there. But so was apparently a whole lot of saliva. Cooper admitted to Graham Norton that after the second take of the kiss scene, J-Law told him, "You're a wet kisser," and it was not a compliment.
I hope to God she didn't tell Nikki that.
Why?
Because it's just not right.
Number 18, Daniel and Allie, The Karate Kid.
Hey, can't you take a hint?
In The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel martial arts as well as many important things about life. However, he probably should have taken a moment between waxing on and waxing off to teach him how to kiss as well. Or maybe Daniel hadn't eaten in a while and was just really hungry when he went in for the smooch with Allie.
Well, I'll probably get killed in the first match anyway.
So we'll leave early.
The start of the kiss on the lips is nice, but then actor Ralph Macchio continues and practically inhales Elizabeth's shoe, who looks to be just hanging on for dear life, trying not to get sucked into the void of Macchio's open mouth.
Why don't you just admit that you can't handle the situation the way it is then?
You know, I can handle it fine. You can't.
Number 17, Lori and Joe, Little Women. Look, we all know that passionate kissing often involves the passing of saliva between the mouths of the parties involved. But just because we know it doesn't mean we want to see it.
My apologies.
Which brings us to the mouth-on-mouth action between Christian Bale's Lori and Winona Ryder's Joe in the 1994 version of Little Women. The scene in question involves Lori confessing his love for Joe and taking her in his arms for the kiss he's been dreaming of.
Oh, no. Teddy, don't.
Joe, caught off guard, initially reciprocates, but then ends the kiss and pushes him away. However, for a second, the two friends were made connected via a string of spit from their lips. Couldn't they just have done or used another take?
I'm desperately sorry. But I do care for you.
Number 16, Edward and Vivian, Pretty Woman. In Pretty Woman, Vivian says she does everything except kiss on the mouth.
What do you want?
What do you do?
Everything. But I don't kiss on the mouth.
Neither do I.
That is, until she falls in love with Edward. She kisses him while he's sleeping, and when he wakes up, he returns her affection in kind. However, from our end, the kiss doesn't look like something worth breaking rules for. Richard Gere intensely holds Julia Roberts' head and kisses her, but then spends what feels like an inordinate amount of time with his mouth open and not kissing her, as if searching for her lips.
Gonna give me directions?
Sure. For $5.
Ridiculous.
Price just went up to 10.
You can't charge me for directions.
I can do anything I want to, baby. I ain't lost.
Then there's the big final scene kiss at the end of the movie, in which they awkwardly smush their faces together. Maybe Vivian doesn't kiss on the mouth because she isn't very good at it.
It's like what you're saying. You stay numb. You don't get involved. When I'm with a guy, I'm like a robot. I just do it.
Number 15, The Kid and Apollonia, Purple Rain.
Sounds like she's laughing, doesn't it?
So what did you do to her?
Prince was without a doubt one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century, but he was not one of the greatest on-screen smoochers. While Purple Rain has been hailed as a classic rock musical, Prince's love scene in the film has not been praised in the same way.
If you think you scared me, you didn't.
Oh, yeah?
The scene in question gets going with Prince doing some weird hand movements in front of his love interest's face, as if trying to hypnotize her. He then seems to be hypnotizing the audience when he takes an awkwardly long amount of time to finally kiss her. When he eventually does, the overdramatic lip-locking head movements are a bit much, and they get even more dramatic when things move to the bedroom.
Can't you guys get off it? I mean, like, can't you just leave it alone?
Number 14, Spencer and Martha, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. In Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, 4 high school students get sucked into a video game and turn into their avatars. But while Spencer looks like The Rock and Martha looks like a kick-ass woman, they're still the same awkward, shy teenagers inside.
No, that is not my type. I'm into nerds.
Really? I'm a nerd.
The same teenagers have never kissed anyone before, until they admit their feelings for each other and kiss in the game. Although, can you really call what they do kissing?
That was, I was so awful.
I've never kissed anyone. Never. That was the first time.
And while it goes better for them on their second attempt back in the real world, it's still a little more face smashing than good kissing. We're sure they'll get better though.
Oh, come on, hey! I don't want to see that. I don't, not today.
Number 13, Superman and Lois, Man of Steel.
Thank you
For what?
for believing in me.
Didn't make much difference in the end.
He may be faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. But when it comes to PDA, Superman doesn't always have the best instincts. In the climactic scene of 2013's Man of Steel, Metropolis is blasted to ruins, but Superman is able to save Lois Lane from a similar fate. Now, we get the emotions of the moment and all that, but making out while the city collapses behind you, that's just not a very good look.
I'm pretty sure that only counts when you're kissing a human.
Even Edward Norton and Helena Bonham Carter just held hands as the city exploded around them in Fight Club.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
Number 12, William and Penny, Almost Famous. There's no denying we were all rooting for William and Penny to get together in Almost Famous. The way it happened though, well, that leaves a retrospectively bad taste in our mouths.
Oh, God, why am I so nervous? You'll never remember this.
Finding her in a hotel room, drunk and on drugs, William does the right thing and calls for help. However, in the time it takes for the help to arrive, William finds Penny draped all over him, and he decides that's the perfect time to tell her how he feels.
Now that I have your attention, I know you've heard this before, and I've never said this to anybody. Well, nobody who didn't legally have to say it back to me.
The problem is, he also uses her state as an opportunity to kiss her as well. The lack of consent is hard to ignore these days.
This is Penny Lane, man. Show some respect.
Number 11, Marty and Lorraine, Back to the Future. The mid-'80s were a tough time for actress Leah Thompson as far as on-screen kissing goes.
You know what I do in those situations?
What?
I don't worry.
We already discussed her 1986 smooch with Howard the Alien Duck. And the year before that, her character made out with her son when she played Lorraine McFly in Back to the Future.
This is more serious than I thought. Apparently your mother is amorously infatuated with you instead of your father.
Whoa, wait a minute. Doc, are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?
Precisely.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Well, at least she didn't know it was her son. But Marty knew, and while all the flirting she did was awkward enough, the kiss took it to a whole other level. Thankfully, immediately after it happened, she too felt how wrong it was.
I don't know what it is, but when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother. I guess that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Number 10. Frank and Min, the Wings of Eagles.
Hi!
Hi!
John Wayne was famous for playing the tough guy, the man's man, and although he could break out the romance when need be, in this kiss from the Wings of Eagles, it looks like he forgot to put away the tough guy.
Go ahead, get it over with. Ask me where I have been.
Maybe Maureen O'Hara's red hair confused him, and he took her for Raggedy Ann, because that's the only thing we can think of to explain why he shakes her around so violently before kissing her.
Let's change it. Let's grow up before our kids do.
We'd better hurry up.
We're surprised she wasn't wearing a neck brace for the rest of the film. Number 9. Ginny and Harry's first kiss. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. In the novels, the Harry and Ginny love story is one of the epic romances in the Harry Potter series.
See? You never know what you'll find up here.
Everyone who's read the books can probably remember reading about their first kiss and feeling excited that the long-awaited moment had finally arrived, assuming no one had previously spoiled it for them.
Harry and Ginny get together!
Sorry, spoiler alert.
But in the movies, the scene just doesn't have the same resonance. And one reason for that could be the lack of enthusiasm and the blandness of the kiss that ended up on the screen. Harry even seems a little embarrassed afterwards, and we're embarrassed for him. Number 8. Bella and Jacob, The Twilight Saga, Eclipse.
I'm really sorry about last night. I couldn't have been easy on you.
Definitely won't make my list of top 10 favorite evenings.
Unlike the first 2 kisses on this list, there's nothing bad about the actual kiss between Bella and Jacob in 2010's The Twilight Saga, Eclipse. It's even pretty hot. No, what makes this kiss one of the worst isn't the actual smooch, but why it happens at all. You see, as you might remember, Bella had already agreed to marry Edward at this point. Team Jacob had lost the Bella battle.
You're marrying him?
Jake, You knew he was listening.
The only reason she asked Jacob to kiss her was in an attempt to try to keep him from going off and doing something rash.
Kiss me. I'm asking you to kiss me.
We know that. But did Jacob? It all feels very stringing along, playing with emotions by Bella, and that's just not cool. Werewolves have feelings too, you know. Number 7. Everyone. Crybaby. There are many wonderful things that start with the word French. French toast for breakfast. French fries are delicious. And many of you probably started your day with French press coffee. But perhaps the greatest French there is a French kiss.
I've never given a French kiss before.
Watch, it's easy.
Although, unlike pizza, which even when it's bad, it's good, a bad French kiss is just, well, bad.
We wiggle our tongues together.
Which brings us to the montage from John Waters' 1990 teen musical rom-com, Crybaby. It begins with Johnny Depp giving Amy Locane her first French kiss, and proceeds to a number of wetter and more tongue-tangling smooches. And yes, we get that it's all meant to be exaggerated and over the top, but that doesn't make the kisses any less awkward to witness. Number 6. Pee-wee and Gina, Big Top Pee-wee.
That one looks like an automobile, yeah?
Yeah, look, it's pulling right into a gas station.
With Crybaby, we were critical of the kissers doing too much, particularly with their tongues. Well, it can go the other way as well, as Paul Rubens proved with his wooden, unenthusiastic makeout session with Valeria Golino in 1988's Big Top Pee-wee. The build-up to the kiss is quite hot as the anticipation grows.
It looks like a man and a woman kissing.
But once their lips are locked, Golino looks to be giving it her all, while Rubens barely moves. He looks like he's trying to decide what to have for lunch instead of kissing this beautiful woman. And what makes it even more painful to watch is the fact that the kiss goes on for 1.5 minutes. Number 5. Andy and Benjamin, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Are you trying to get yourself killed? That's what it takes, yeah. Now pull over the cab.
It might take 10 days to lose a guy, but we can tell you that you can lose a girl in just 1 day with a bad kiss. Kinda like the big smooch Matthew McConaughey plants on Kate Hudson at the end of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Hey lady, what do you want to do?
Take the lady's luggage back to her place. She has alternate transportation.
Try not to get swept up in the moment and sweeping romantic music, and just watch the kiss. McConaughey grabs Hudson's face so hard with both hands, it looks like he's about to pull it right off her body in some kind of rom-com meets Mortal Kombat finishing move.
You call my bluff?
You bet I am.
And when that doesn't work, he opens his mouth so wide, it's almost as if it's to inhale her internal organs right up out of her body. Number 4. Claire and Owen, Jurassic World.
So that ain't Claire?
They say timing is everything. Well, when it comes to the big Claire and Owen kiss in Jurassic World, the timing, as Chandler Bing might say, couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, shut up!
Claire has just saved Owen from having his face eaten off, but there are still dinos on the loose and people running around trying to stay alive. And given that they are at least partially responsible for what's going on, maybe they should focus on cleaning up the mess and not each other's tonsils. Save people now, kiss later. Number 3. Mark and Juliet, Love Actually. We get it. Mark finally built up the courage to reveal his feelings to Juliet, and he did it in a super romantic way with cue cards. But does he deserve a run out to the street kiss on the lips for it? She loves her husband. She doesn't want to be with Mark. But the way she grabs his face to kiss him, then lingers afterwards, feels like, to quote Lloyd Christmas,
"So you're telling me there's a chance?"
And we can't talk Love Actually and bad kisses and not also mention Jamie and Aurelia. Yes, his marriage proposal is sweet and romantic, but the only thing worse than his broken Portuguese is his kissing technique.
You learned English?
Just in cases.
He's lucky she didn't take back her yes. Number 2. Luke and Leia, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
You must have hit pretty close to the mark to get her all riled up like that, huh, kid?
There's an expression in sports that a tie is like kissing your sister. And for those of you wondering, the expression dates back to at least 1892, so it was not in reference to the 1980 Luke and Leia Star Wars smooch.
Well, I guess you don't know everything about women yet.
A smooch that, we should point out, was between two people who had no idea they were at all related at the time. Or was it? Remember what Leia says after she finds out they're siblings?
I know. Somehow, I've always known.
We're hoping that by always, she means only after she planted a big kiss on Luke.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Amy and Bumper, Pitch Perfect 2.
We belong together.
A great movie kiss often comes with a great build-up that works up to that moment when eyes meet and lips lock. In Pitch Perfect 2, we definitely get that as Fat Amy sings and paddles her boat across the lake towards Bumper, the target of her affections.
Belong to the land, we belong
However, once the kiss finally happens, that's when the great buildup turns into the worst kiss. Actually, what Bumper and Fat Amy do here is less kissing and more just mashing faces together. And then there's her tongue, which instead of trying to find its way into his mouth, appears to be trying to lick it clean. Sure, the scene is played for laughs, and they get those laughs, as well as the top spot on our list.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.